Hey everybody, it's day 71 of the $1,000 account challenge, and today we are up $834 in the account, or 4.40%. For those of you that don't know, I've been day trading options starting with $1,000 71 days ago and strictly trading my watch lists according to the watch list training rules that I put out and teach in my Discord server. In 71 days, we've ran $1,000 all the way up to $19,000, and every single trade that I've ever taken has been recorded in extreme detail in the 1K Challenge 2023 channel of my Discord server. This is to include entries, exits, trades, charts, emotional review, how I was feeling throughout the day. Sometimes I even make videos, detailing the details of that day or trade, and I record the losses in here as well, because there's just as much to be learned about the wins as there is on the losses. So day 71, here we are, up $834. What trade did we take? Let's go to the day trade watch list. Today we had a short idea on Amazon below $104, 104. I was talking to my team in the pre-market this morning. We did a live Zoom meeting, and I said my top stock pick long would be NVIDIA, which ran $10, and my top stock pick short would be Amazon. Why would I decide to go short on Amazon? Well, we need to look at the daily chart time frame and kind of figure this out. So let's begin with what Amazon recently put out, which is the earnings report. Initially, after the earnings report, Amazon pushed up really high in an after-hour session, but that high sold off, and then after the open the following day, Amazon sold off even more, bringing it down to lows of about 104 or so. So if we draw an uptrend trend line on Amazon on the daily chart time frame, right, we can see that uptrend trend line there. There was a chance today that on a break of this uptrend trend line or on a break of 104, Amazon would fall further. So on the 5-minute time frame, here's that rally in the after hours following the earnings report that I was talking about. That rally gets sold, and then after the open the following day, Amazon drops, right? So today, I'm just simply looking for lower lows. So if I'm looking for lower lows, the most recent low following that earnings report is right here at $104. So we will draw a trend line there, and that is why Amazon off the day trade watch list was a short idea below 104. So Amazon opens up. We're going to move this actually to the 1-minute time frame today. Amazon opens up and goes immediately red, right? Sells off, starts to curl over. Now, when Amazon is doing this, I'm going to go to my flex grid here. I want you to look at the price action of SPY, and we'll pull Amazon up right beside it. So SPY's on the left-hand side, Amazon on the right-hand side, both of these on the 1-minute time frame. SPY, green, consolidation, but making new highs, and then green, right? So 938. Amazon, red, pushing all the way down, and by the time you get to 938, we're just barely getting a rally. So while SPY is pushing up into high of day and testing the PDC, Amazon is coming down. That's already immediately showing what? Something known as relative weakness, okay? Relative weakness. Plus, we know that Amazon not only had a good technical setup as far as the short goes, but also had fundamental backing. The reason why it's down is because of the earnings report. So if we go back to the chart, short below 104, we've got our trend line placed exactly at 104. We get the break below 104, and I go short on the very first candle that's rallying up. Now, I don't expect Amazon to just stop there, so I enter with enough room, like scaling into the trade, with enough room to allow myself to scale into this position even more. And I had planned to scale in a couple of times, and the reason why I bought here and then bought here is for different reasons. So we're going to talk about where the pre-market lows were on Amazon. So if we're looking for continuation drops or continuation runs, there are two things that I look for, and I just mentioned one. I'll mention the other one. So the first one is going to be a break below the previous day's low of day, or break below or break above the previous day's high of day, right? So we've already talked about that. That is why Amazon short was 104. The other thing we look for is a break below the pre-market lows. And our pre-market lows on Amazon was roughly 104.4, 104.5, this whole kind of area right here. So when we get a move higher on Amazon, I don't close the position short as it's reclaiming 104. I don't cut it for a loss. I actually scale into the position. And why would I feel comfortable doing that? Well, again, Amazon, if we go back to the flex grid, SPY's pushing high of day, right? Amazon is nowhere near the high of day. Amazon is just kind of rallying as SPY is rallying up as well. So this is called, again, relative weakness. While SPY is pushing high of day, Amazon's not. It is rallying, but it is just pushing against the initial trend, which is down. So the larger trend down, the prevailing trend is down. We stick with the prevailing trend. That's going to increase our chances of being profitable on the trade. So first entry short at 104 because it's the trigger level. Second entry short added to this position around 104.4 because it's close to the pre-market lows. Third entry short over here. Why? Well, we know that there's a strategy out there called the trend line break strategy. And in fact, if we look at this on the daily chart time frame, that's what I drew earlier, was the trend line connecting the low to another low to another low. We get a break of the trend line. We have a break of the uptrend. The stock is coming down, right? So back to the 1 minute time frame here. The trend line break strategy looks like this, connecting the low to each low all the way up, and then we get a break of that trend line up here. So as we're getting a break of the trend line, the uptrend is over, it's coming down. So I scale in one more time up there on Amazon, and the rest is history. Plus, at this time, 10 a.m., if we go to the flex grid, what do we get at 10 a.m.? We get a drop here on SPY. So again, SPY also breaking that uptrend trend line. We get the drop at 10 a.m. on SPY. And then it kind of just consolidates here at the PDC. Amazon pulls all the way back to the low of day. And that's where I decided to take profits at. About 15% profits offered. You know, there is a strategy out there called the low of day, high of day strategy, profit taking strategy. All of this stuff that I'm talking about, I've put out in previous videos, but that is exactly how I made my money on Amazon today, $834. So everything that I've just discussed, I've made videos on before. How to properly scale into a trade. We scaled in on this trade properly on the way up. What is relative weakness? Amazon showing that relative weakness today. Third one, the trend line break strategy, right? We not only used the trend line break strategy for our analysis, but we also used it to place our trade. And then if we want to even go a step further, I'm going to scroll down to the podcast episodes and scroll up here. Episode 6, how to exit a trade, right? High of day, low of day, profit taking strategy, all detailed in that podcast episode. So the information to execute a trade like this is out there. And on top of that, if you are an upgraded member in my Discord server, I walk you through everything in this trade, right? And loaded Amazon short, everything timestamped. No entry yet. I give you the contracts. Then I tell you, get ready. Then I tell you I took entry. Then I tell you my fill price. Then I tell you my add price. All right. I have an intention there to add. Then I mentioned NVIDIA, right? NVIDIA, watch this on the dip for the potential long entry. I mentioned AAL. Both of those popped off today. Added Amazon short, new average, right? 233. So I'm giving you updates. Amazon almost down 10% here, right? This is a flip. You can cut this if you don't trust it. So I'm letting you know we're still within our risk management strategy. We're still down. I mean, we're down 10%, but we're not down 30, 40, 50%. And then I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm personally going to hold and add once more, but you don't have to follow me on that. And there was some discrepancy this morning about people not following me on the trade or not trusting the trade. And to those people, I would say just take it as a learning lesson. I know trading is not easy, but I'm telling you, all of the information that I use to execute this trade, I have already put out before. So I'm just reviewing it here for you. Added Amazon short, new average, right now up 10%. Can take profits or hold. That's up to you. And anytime you are up or down on a position and you're following me or anybody else into a position, where you decide to close the position is up to you. Where you decide to take your profits on the position is up to you. Where you decide to cut the position for a loss is up to you. If you decide to hold, that is up to you. If you decide to add, that is up to you. Everything is always up to you. You don't have to do what anybody else is doing. Then I said, even if you missed the last add, you should still be green here. Amazon now at 15%. Even if you didn't add that whole time, you should only be down a little bit here. Then I talk again about, relative weakness and people needing to study that because there was some discrepancies. Then we get Amazon new low of day. If you're still holding, that's 20%. Entry 218, contracts now at 260. And that was like right here. And Amazon just continued to fall for the rest of the day. So that is my trade on Amazon. What I'm going to do is I'm going to link all three of these videos in the description of this video. So if you're curious about any of these strategies that I mentioned, these videos cover them in more detail. I will also link the podcast episode in the description of this video as well. Press that like button for me if you've enjoyed the content. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching the video. Take care, and I will see you all in chat.